Internal Affair in the studio, and we're going to hear some of their music in just a moment. But we're going to find out, first of all, a little bit about the band, because although I've spoken to some of them in the past for various other reasons, Eli, we've not had you in the studio as the Internal Affair before, so tell me a little bit about how you all came to be in a group together.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, we were in previous musical projects, shall we say, Bram and I, and then the two of us sort of decided that what we wanted was to do something ourselves, just the two of us, and that progressed into wanting to play live, getting Bram's brother to be our drummer, and then our good friend Leo kind of said one day, well, you know, I can play keyboard, and we kind of went, he's our man. Yeah. So.
And so it all sort of came together quite sort of, organically, I suppose. And Bram, we just mentioned briefly some of the music that you're all into. It is quite kind of, I suppose, sort of very out there stuff for some people, the sort of music that you're into, especially I'd imagine for your age. So, what was it like when you introduced it to the other guys about trying to sort of say, this is the sort of stuff we do? Are you into it? Did it all just sort of work straight away?
Well, me and Eli have always kind of had the same taste in music. And then Conrad's more of a jazz. He's more of a jazz person, jazz cat, they say. And then, Leo, you just like anything.
Yeah, kind of, because I think before I joined the band, because I've been friends with Bram and Eli for quite a while, because we were in the same music class together. So I think Bram was telling me for ages to listen to Radiohead, and I just never did. And then one year I just went, I'll listen to it, and I fell in love with them. Then I sort of mixed my taste with Bram's, and that's sort of we in every music class we talk about the music we like, and that's sort of why I joined the band, I guess.
Yeah, and when you listen to the music, and we'll hear one of your singles in just a moment, there are definitely so many different sort of genres going on and styles and influences, so it makes sense listening to you now talking about it. Conrad, were you keen to sort of add a slightly sort of jazzy vibe with the drums then, or would you just sort of go with the flow with whatever comes out when you all get together?
Well, I think I'll just play what naturally feels right.
Yeah. So so Eli and Bram, do you kind of like come up with the basics for the songs, or do you all work on them together? How does it work?
Well, I suppose the two that we're about to hear today were kind of born out of Bram having some guitar parts and kind of coming to me, and then us putting them together and writing all the rest of the stuff. But as of recently, it's sort of, I think I've become a little bit less involved, really. I'm not sure why. I just I
think we're going back to it, though.
Yeah.
It just takes time. Sometimes one of us will come up with something and then we'll show it to the other. And from that, we'll try and create something. Because it was in our music lessons on Sibelius, like the online,
I
don't know what you call it, notation.
Software, notation, yeah.
We would have a riff or something and then add to it on that.
What a thoroughly modern way of writing music. It's fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what then, Bram, we're going to play Artificial Sweetener now, so tell us a little bit about this before we hear it.
It's actually existed, like the primary parts of the song have existed since 2021, I think. It's like we've had the ideas for a long while, and then we've changed the lyrics a few times, and we finally recorded it we started recording it in January and finished it in around August, I think. And then it was released in October. And that's
very funny, actually, because we started recording it before Conrad or Leo were in the group. So I played the drums and the keyboards on that one.
Yeah, you always were an overachiever, Eli.
Oh, thank you. It's
in the best possible way.
It's just kind of funny how long it took to finish it. So by the time it was done, we had a full band, and they were kind of like, well, why aren't we on that? And I went, because we started it ages ago.